21-4. Looking at the stats here, and I don't see much of where this game turned except for the last couple minutes.
Yeah.
They came through when they needed to. Is that and the difference between a 20-4 team and your girls as far as being able to do it when it matters most?
It was tonight. You're right. I mean, there wasn't a. We adjusted. Their post player really hurt us in the first half. We made an adjustment at halftime, and we made it tougher for her, and like her ending up still obviously with a really good game with 25, but she was it was still a lot harder, and we got stops. I mean, we held them to 64, and when you do that, we should have a good chance of winning, especially at home. But the key of the game was about 3 minutes left. 3.5 minutes left, and we went cold. We missed some good looks, and we didn't get the stops we needed. Like we allowed them to score on 4 straight possessions, which blew the game open because we went 0 for 4. They go 4 for 4, and it's ball game. Like you have to get stops there. And even I wasn't upset with a couple of the looks that we missed. But you got to get 2 or 3 stops out of those 4. Even if you let them score one time, we went into that stretch. It's a 1 or 2 point game. They score one time, you're still in a 1 possession game, and you got a chance. And that's what we need to learn from, and we need to be better at.
There was a stretch there in the third quarter, I believe, maybe early in the fourth, where you had I think it was an 8-0 run, maybe 8-2 run to get back in the game. Totally sparked on the defensive end. So whatever adjustments you made at halftime, I think were working. She had 17.5. She finished with it. She had a heck of a first. What were those adjustments you made at half?
I'd rather not say because we may play them again.
See, I noticed
coming up here soon.
You were throwing a few more bodies at her.
Yeah, we just trying to get her to catch it off the spot, trying to crowd her a little bit more. Mm-hmm. That was. You can kind of surmise a little bit, but I don't want to say exactly because we may see them in a few weeks. But we can't let her get off to the start that she got off to.
Alyssa, as a freshman, and she's a freshman counterpart. You almost had a double tonight. What did you find successful about going up against Molly, and where was she? Where you might need to work a little harder to stop her?
Well, she's great at finishing either way. She's really long. So I guess just, working hard to, keep her from getting the ball in general, because when she gets it, she'll just turn, and it's really hard to stop her. But on offense, she was blocking a lot of shots, so you, just make adjustments to, go up and under on her, kind of fake her out, and so that, because she'll go for the block. So, but she's, I don't know, playing against another freshman, motivates me to try and, be better than her, I guess.
Absolutely. We'll see, you'll be seeing her for a few years now, and I thought you had a lot of success in the offensive end, especially in the second half. So what did you do? What did you find in your offensive game that seemed to work against her?
Just the cutting. I made a lot of cuts, and my teammates were great at finding me. Just catching her off balance, in transition, and just backdooring on her. My teammates found me, every time when I would be open. That was pretty much how I got most of my shots, was just cutting and them finding me, I guess.
Estrella, you made a lot of shots in the first half. You were clearly feeling it from the outside. What did you see? And I know you were the only one who had double figures in that first half. You were kind of taking the load on your shoulders. What did you see in that first half that gave you success, and what did they do to you in the second half that might have shaken that up?
It's kind of hard to say. I think we moved a lot better in the first, and then with the 4 minutes to go, we kind of were a little hectic and just kind of stood on the outside. I think our movement in the first half is a lot better in the sense that we were more balanced. We were cutting at the right times, and we had more fluidity, which gave me more opportunities to be able to be open and score, and my teammates find me than the second half. But they were very jumpy, and I think it was easier to take advantage of that.
Normally, I see you make a shot, you put your head down, you run to the other end of the floor, but when your teammates get stops on defense, I see a different you get very fired up. What is it about that side of the ball that gets you going?
It's just the fact that that's the key to winning the games. Like, if we get stops, then we're extremely a higher percentage of winning the game. And when we get stops, it also kind of signifies, like, a team unity, like, that we got it together. If somebody gets a steal, it's because there was pressure on the ball. You know, if they got the steal from the weak side, or there was pressure on the post. It was like everybody worked together, everybody communicated together, and we got a stop, and we're able to go score on them. I don't know, it's just exciting.
Coach, I know you're not one for talking about moral victories or anything, but this is the second really, really good team in 2 weekends that you've had a chance to win the game. What do you tell your girls to what is the difference that can be made to turn around those outcomes and get over that hump, beating these good teams?
A couple. I mean, both games came down. Like Black Hills was a little bit closer. It really came down to a possession. Tonight came down to 3 possessions. So hopefully we get over the hump. Hopefully we're the one. Next time that hits a big shot and gets a stop. We got ourselves into the position of 1 stop, 1 score, and maybe we turn the tide, we put the pressure squarely on them and have a lead in the game. But instead we got scored on and we didn't score. That was really it. So it comes down to crunch time. You got to get 1 stop, 1 score, and that turns the tide. And we're hopefully we can get that here down the road.